power's out, guys.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
Tell us a story.
Yeah, I guess I can tell you a story. I got a good one in mind. Alright guys, I guess if you want me to tell you a story, let's get comfortable in a circle on the floor. In a circle right here.
You gotta shift.
Okay. Let's see. This is a true story.
Is it a scary story?
Yeah, it's a scary story. It's from my childhood.
There's no Wi-Fi.
No Wi-Fi on your phone? That reminds me of an even better story from my childhood. When I was a kid, we didn't have Wi-Fi.
How'd you Google?
We didn't Google anything. There wasn't Google. We had encyclopedias.
What's that?
It's a wealth of knowledge in a bunch of choke books. When I was a kid, we didn't have cell phones. Yeah, we had phones that we couldn't put in our pockets that were connected to the wall. Everyone had their own landline at home. A home phone. Sometimes, when it's real quiet, and there's no cell phones going off and no text messages coming in, you can hear one of those landlines from a distance.
Daddy, tell me what was that?
Maybe it was this!
Yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Running with Scissors. I'm your host, Mark Everett.
And I'm Natia Williams.
And this is little Madison. And as most of you know, yesterday was Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. Today's one of the biggest shopping days of the year. Mm-hmm. You know that I'm not a very big shopper. Did you get anything?
Yeah, just a few things.
I'm not one of those ones that'll wake up too early. She keeps me awake most of the time anyway. Yeah. But I know most people, they go out and they get TV, stereos, things like that, because kids today, it's crazy how they're into technology.
Oh, I know.
When I was little, I had like a stick. I think that's all I had. Go outside, and for real, you know, most people here probably had the same thing, right? Yeah. You go outside, you just draw some lines in the dirt and you play, or you have a box or a broken bike or something like that. Yeah. But kids today, it's crazy what all they can do with the computers and tablets and stuff. And I know you probably wouldn't let me get her just a box or a bottle or something like that.
No, she needs something more than that.
Yeah, she's a very smart girl. But anyway, tonight we have a great show. It's a packed show. And we're going to get into it right after this. All right? So, yeah. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Coming up next on the show. Tonight we're going to hear from Dee and Mike on another episode of Well Spoken. Yeah. Also, this week I have another challenge for my co-host. Oh. Yeah, this is even better. You're going to like this one. Yeah.
Also tonight, we will hear from Nigel Ridglebottom with Please Take Me Seriously.
Yeah.
And we will hear strange and weird news from Dorian Alexis.
All right.
What can we expect, Dorian?
Thank you so much, guys. Tonight on the strange and weird news, we will hear about a skateboarder who fell into a coma, but it's not what you think it's from. We will also tell you where to get that last-minute Christmas gift for that not-so-special somebody. You're going to want to stick around for this. And what would you do for an Egg McMuffin? Well, one couple actually went to prison for one. More on these in just a little bit, and now I'll give it back to you guys.
Thank you, Dorian. Egg McMuffin, huh? You like Egg McMuffins, don't you? Yeah. All right, before we get into any of that, coming up next, we got a couple of videos for you. The first one comes from FPS Russia, and it's about a guy using a Glock 17. You don't know anything about that? All right, let's take a look.
Okay, so this is a Glock 17. It is fully automatic. And I've got a pretty unique magazine here for it. This isn't your standard 30 round. So let's see what we can do. Okay, so I've got my Glock, this ridiculous magazine, and we're going to make a mess.
Good.
The next one comes to us from Top Videos. Dubai is known for their growth and money. Everywhere you look, you'll see nice cars. I'm talking about Aston Martins, Rolls Royces, and some you might not expect.
All right, our final video comes from Claire Moore. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever given your dog something weird to see what happens, but this lady gave her dog a lime wedge. Yeah, I wouldn't think too much about that, but let's go ahead and see what he does with it.
What is this? I got it that time.
First up tonight, we have Luis Ortiz, a 26-year-old California resident who had a near-death experience while skateboarding near his parents' home in Napa. He was having headaches for days when they suddenly intensified, making him disoriented, and he began vomiting. Ortiz's mother rushed him to the hospital, but his condition steadily worsened. Ortiz fell into a coma, and doctors were forced to create a small hole in his head to drain his swollen brain. After a series of tests, the cause of the swelling was pinpointed. There was a live tapeworm trapped deep inside Ortiz's brain. Whew. He was lucky to reach the hospital. When he did, nurses said, the parasite had formed in a cyst that was causing a blockage in his brain. Another 30 minutes and he would have been dead. Doctors removed the cyst and the 20-foot tapeworm, and Ortiz was released from the hospital. He has suffered some memory loss and been forced to stop attending Sacramento State University, where he goes to school. And now he has moved back to his parents' home. For now, he cannot drive or work. Despite the ongoing ordeal, Ortiz says he is just grateful to be alive. This holiday season, give the gift of poop. In the delivery game, this could be called the other Big Brown. The company will deliver a steamy pile of horse crap with a personalized message to your enemies or twisted friends. The Hong Kong-based company launched in November 2014 as a marketing experiment and has stuck around. The CEO, Peter, who we have not been able to find the last name of, said, yes, it's legit, and that the firm earned $10,000 in its first month and has made more than 2,500 shipments. Orders cost $16.95 for shipping to many places around the world and can be done anonymously. Whew. However, Peter notes Australia is an excrement exception. Australia doesn't allow feces delivered from outside of the country. So we have partners who deliver it locally for us. The company suggests sending the poo to an anonymous colleague, a teacher, an ex-girlfriend, the tyrannical boss, or the jealous neighbor, or even the former classmate. The most unusual package so far was someone who included a wedding ring with the poop. We'll guess that marriage didn't last very long. Wow, that is quite something. And now for our final one, a British couple has been sentenced to prison after they were caught on surveillance video trying to smuggle a variety of items into a London area prison. Carl Jensen, 27, and his girlfriend, Lisa Mary Hutchinson, 26, were sentenced this week for the October 2014 incident at Wormwood Scrubs Prison. Video cameras captured Jensen tying a bag full of goodies to a fishing line that was pulled into a cell. The contraband included marijuana, cocaine, a 5-inch blade, a cell phone, a smartwatch, and a plastic egg containing 5 SIM cards, along with a bottle of vodka, USB chargers, and of course, an Egg McMuffin. Police did not say who was meant to receive this cornucopia of contraband. The couple was sentenced to 2.5 years behind bars. Wow. The status of the Egg McMuffin is unknown, unfortunately. And now, that is it for the strange and weird news of the week, and I will hand it back to you guys. Thank you.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. You wouldn't never go to prison for an Egg McMuffin, would you?
No.
Yeah, yeah, they're not that good. No. Anyway, up next, we have another segment of Well Spoken with Dee and Mike. Take it away, guys. All right.
Thanks, guys. Once again, it's Dee and Mike, and we're here with a follow-up piece to what we did last week involving relationships, and this time we're going to be covering friendships.
So last week, we mentioned that you should have friends who are willing to lie to you. I know that sounds a little sordid, but hear me out here. Today's talk is going to be about your friends, whether or not they're good friends, and how you know that.
And one of the first things that you can do to know that is have friends who will lie for you, but not to you. Also important, and following up on that, is that your friends have to be able, well, to hurt you. They have to be able to say things that are mean, but probably true. And it has to actually mean something, has to get through. Because if it doesn't, well, they're not your friends. Can't really be close with somebody who can't say something mean to you.
I don't have any qualms with saying mean things to you.
Yeah, I got plenty to say to you.
It's because I'm your friend.
Yeah.
And I care about you. Kind of an arrogant douche.
Wow, me? You? Wow, okay.
I mean, you may just want to rein it in a bit from time to time. I'm just being honest here. I mean, we're friends, right?
How large is your hat size?
Oh, so now I'm big-headed. That's not friendly. See, that's just mean, and that's the difference. You see, he's actually an arrogant douche. Him calling me big-headed is slanderous.
Slanderous?
Slanderous.
Slanderous. Maybe I should write it down, get you some libel to go with that.
You comb that sheep's ass on your head? Friendship. It's being honest. You see? And we're okay. We're not going to blows over this. There's no bitterness. There's no pettiness. It's just friends being open and honest with one another.
Speaking of not going to blows over this, super important part of friendship is that you don't count. Friends can't count. It's like a Boolean equation. Like if you're a friend and then you start counting, you're not a friend. They don't exist together. You can't be like, hey, I helped you twice, so you should help me at least once.
Think about closest friends you have. Best friend. Been there for you through thick and thin, means the world to you. How much money do they owe you? You might know, you might not. How many favors do they owe you? How many times have they come to their rescue, or they come to your rescue and you come to theirs? Keeping track of that sort of thing just kind of shows that they're not as concerned about you and your well-being and what you need, and more concerned about collecting on favors down the road. Those aren't real friends.
And since they're not real friends, you leave them behind.
True. That leads to our last important tip. No friends left behind. If you go to a party and you can't find someone or they're too wasted to get to the car, you don't leave your friend behind. If they're dating someone who is the equivalent of a human leech, and they actively strive to push away everyone else they're close to, you don't leave that friend behind.
So I got a bad track record. I haven't been left yet, though. I must have friends.
You must.
And I'm arrogant.
I'm just saying, it's important to know when your friends need something. And sometimes you have to save people who haven't said, hey, I need a hand. As a friend, you should know that. And it may be difficult. It may be an uphill battle, and they may resist this, but sometimes you have to help out people who don't know they need it. Especially when they tell you they don't.
All right, fair enough. Well, there's one thing that's certainly true about the two of us. We're long-winded. And this will bring about a close to another edition of Well Spoken with
D
and Mike.
Thanks, guys. And now a segment with Nigel Ridgerbottom called Please Take Me Seriously.
Yeah, all right.
Hello everyone, Nigel Ridgerbottom here with Please Take Me Seriously, and let's look at this. We've got the brand new Samsung Splooge 19 right in my hand here. It looks pretty amazing. We're going to crack it open and see what it's got, but you know, we've all been looking forward to this, I think, since the very first Splooge came out 3 years ago, and now 19 phones later, look at this beauty. It's got quintuple trillion pixel screen. I don't even know what that means. I don't think that's a real number, but it sounds amazing. I'm looking forward to checking it out. As far as the processor, it's got the new Squidbilly Manticore processor. I mean, you just, again, I don't know what all this stuff means, but it sounds pretty impressive. I mean, you wouldn't give it a name like that without it being able to do something pretty remarkable. So we're going to break into this phone and see what it's got. So let's get it cranked up. Okay, just look first at this screen. I mean, it's pretty amazing. It doesn't quite make my eyeballs sweat, quite like the HTC crankshaft does that just came out. But you know, it does a pretty good job. There are some pluses and minuses. Oh, let me turn the screen back on. There are some pluses and minuses in this phone. You know, it's pretty cool looking. You know, it works really well, and you know, it raises your IQ by about 25 points, which is pretty nice. But it just doesn't quite give me that smug sense of satisfaction, quite like the iPhone does, for no good reason. You know, when I'm at a party, I just really want to be able to, you know, avoid everybody who's there, all the people around me, but have a really good reason, like an iPhone, to get away with it. People are like, oh, he's got an iPhone. But as you can see here, it's blazing fast, so you can watch videos and all sorts of stuff, and so it's pretty good. It's pretty cool. It's just not got quite that wow factor I was looking for, unfortunately. Alright, so let's take a dive into a few more of the pluses and maybe minuses of the Samsung Splooge. Like I mentioned, this thing is blazing fast with that Squidbilly Manticore processor. But, you know, you can do all sorts of things with it, like look up all these recipes and make all this delicious food. I mean, look at this stuff, it's scrumptious. But, you know, I'm kind of wanting that next level kind of technology. And I'm not really quite feeling that here. Like, you know, you can look up recipes and make food, but can the phone make food for you? No, it cannot. Similarly, there are some other features that are pretty cool, but they seem to miss that next level mark for me. One of them was a highly touted feature for this phone the video chat setup. It is quite robust. And we'll take an example here. Oh, hey, look, there's my Uncle Albie. He is certifiably insane. Hello, Uncle Albie. So it's good for keeping in touch with the family at a distance, but is it as good as, say, Skyping in for dinner with your wife and children while you happen to be at your co-worker's house who happens to be a girl? There's nothing going on there. They should know that, right? Unfortunately, it did not work that good in that situation for me, and I would not recommend it. Another feature that seems to be just screaming to move into the future would be the mapping system on this phone. I mean, it's pretty much the same as every other phone you can get. I mean, it does a good job of telling you where you need to go, how to get there reliably. You know, it does that pretty well, but you know, this is 2015. I'm looking for something with a little extra oomph, if you know what I mean. So, you know, can this phone actually drive your vehicle? In my case, the only vehicle that our family has. Sadly, no, it's not that good at that. I wouldn't recommend it, no. Okay, I guess to round out the review, we've really got to take a look at the camera on this phone, which is a really nice piece of car's eyes glass, which I really love. And it's got some cool features in the phone as well. If you're taking pictures, it could do things like, say, if I were to take these papers here, I have some divorce papers, and you take a picture of these, you can instantly turn that into a PDF, which is pretty cool. But does it then fill out the PDF and file it for me and, you know, completely take over my life and lead my life for me so I don't have to do a bloody thing like I want it to? No, it doesn't do that at all. I just can't recommend it for that, no, sadly. Okay, so in conclusion, it's a Samsung Splooge 19. It's a pretty good phone that runs really fast and it has some good standard features, but you know, it just doesn't take over for me as a human being yet, which really is a disappointment. I mean, it's 2015. I mean, why are humans even still here? We should be robots by now, but you know, it is what it is and it's a pretty good phone. I should add, one good point is that the Wi-Fi antenna on this thing is very strong, which really comes in handy for getting the Wi-Fi signal at the motel I'm currently forced to live in. So anyway, for running with scissors, and please take me seriously, this is Nigel Riderbottom. Thanks for humoring me.
All right. Thanks, Nigel. You know, I've had a couple phones like that in my time. As we're getting closer to the end of the show, I want to go ahead and call up all my co-hosts that's helped me for a little contest, a little competition I got going on.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're going to like it. So everybody, let's step over here. Let's go ahead and step over here and do it. All right, guys, here's a challenge. Yeah, all right. Yeah, let's see if you do that when I'm done. All right, we got 2 challenges ahead of us. First is the saltine cracker. I don't know if you've heard of the saltine cracker challenge. Without drinking water, you have to eat 6 saltine crackers in under a minute. So we're going to be racing each other, right? When we're done eating the saltine crackers, we'll decide if we need water or something then, but we're going to jump right into the cinnamon challenge.
What's the cinnamon challenge?
All right, we each take a spoon. You get a heaping tablespoon. Not leveled out or anything like that, heaping tablespoon. And you try to swallow dry cinnamon. Put it in your mouth and you try to swallow it. And then when you're done, you open your mouth, you know, show that it's all gone. All right?
Okay.
Everybody's good?
Yep.
So we got a timer here. All right. And 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Wow.
Dirty whistle.
Okay. Uh-huh. 30 seconds. Hurry and swallow it. You gotta eat those crumbs. You gotta eat those crumbs.
Come on.
Mm-hmm. That's a minute to keep going.
He's done?
Mm-mm.
Done. Was that a minute?
Second.
Hold on.
I'm the last one.
Well, I haven't swallowed mine yet. This is a lot harder than it seems.
Yes. When you get chewing, it's like trying to swallow cement. Yeah.
You know, originally I was going to do 10. I've never done this before.
It seems easy till you try to swallow it.
Almost.
Okay.
Right.
Dead. Do you guys want water before the next challenge?
No, I'm good. I'm gonna man up. I'm not gonna take no water.
Yeah, I got this.
I'm finally done.
Yes, Spoon? Done?
Yeah, I'm finally done.
Hey,
minutes.
are they all the same size? I want a bigger spoon than everybody else.
Nice.
Thanks.
All right. Let's go ahead and take this bad boy off.
Oh boy.
Will this fit? No, we'll have to pour it in there. That's fine. Do the best we can.
How much is it in a heaping anyway? Is that in a cookbook?
About like that. Can you see that?
All right.
Yeah.
We'll cover the whole spoon. I ain't
Yep.
cheating.
It has to be high up. Yep. That looks good.
Mark, have you ever tried this before?
Nope.
What?
No.
Not good.
No more. You just gotta. One thing I heard about is
Like that?
just don't inhale it.
This is harsh.
Oh my gosh.
They just don't inhale it. You just try to swallow it.
Why does it make me want apple pie?
It does smell good.
Is good?
Yeah, that's good. Everybody ready? Good?
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So is
How
this
long
a
do we
race?
have on this?
Oh, and if you need water during this, you can, but try to go as long as you can without it.
All right.
All right? And go. I already coughed. I can't do it.
Yeah, I did it with no water. Now I get some water.
All right, we got a champ.
Yeah.
Got a winner, guys. He destroyed us in both of them. Oh. All right. That's the end of the episode, guys. Running with Scissors. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Mark Garrett, along with Tia Williams, Dorian Alexis,
And Cinnamon Monster.
Cinnamon Monster, and Ernie Brin. Thank you. We'll see you next week. Yeah.
The cinnamon, I still got crackers in my teeth.
My mouth just went.
When I first put it in,
And then I started laughing, and then it just started inhaling
the
it.
minute I put it in, I was like, this tastes good. It's like apple pie.